So I've been working on some poetry and other kind of devotional writing for, I plan to submit them to the Alexandria devotional dedicated to like the nature spirits, whatever that one's called. I can link it in the description. But I've been working on some things for the past few months. Some of it I'm not sure I want to submit, but this morning I submitted 3 poems and a painting. So I'm excited and I hope that goes well, but who knows. 2 of the poems are actually about Martis, who in Greek mythology became like a nymph, I believe. I think she's a nymph in Greek mythology, but she may have actually been a Minoan goddess. So, and I've been into the Minoans, so yeah. She's one that I've really enjoyed researching and trying to connect with. So that's happening. And then the other poem was about the nymphs that help Ceres. Because I just finished reading the Roman goddess Ceres, and that book was fantastic, seriously. That is, if you want to learn about Ceres, that's the book to get. And at the end, the author takes a look at the, what do I want to call it? That piece of artwork that is called the Tellus panel. But, she makes the argument that's actually Ceres, and the 2 figures seated beside her are nymphs, one of fresh water and one of, I think, the ocean. And it signifies those nymphs help to nurture and grow the crops. So they basically help Ceres. So off of that interpretation, I wrote a little poem, thanking the nymphs for their help with the harvest. And those are the 3 poems I submitted this morning. And then I submitted an older painting I did this year of Karme, who may have been a Minoan goddess of the harvest. And in Greek mythology, she's either a demi-goddess or a nymph/spirit that helps Demeter with the harvest on the island. So those are all submitted. I have some other things I'm working on, but I don't know if I'm going to submit them or not. Regardless, though, I'm excited. If they don't get published in the devotional, because I don't know how well they fit that criteria, I'm going to let them judge. But if they don't get published, I will do something else with them, because I like how these 3 turned out. Not sure about the other things I was working on, but these 3 I like. So I'm going to do something with them. But I did post the poem of Ceres and the Nymphs up on my Patreon. So it's exclusive, so if you follow me on Patreon, even if it's only $1, this light's in my eye, even if it's only $1, you can read that poem. You have access to it. Enjoy it. So yeah, I'll leave a link in the description. I'm trying to get my Patreon active. I'm trying to post to it often, because I started it this month, but I haven't promoted it that much yet. But I'm hoping to get into the habit of posting to it and putting exclusive content up there, because why else would you be paying, right? So, starting December, I'm gonna really focus on trying to promote and manage my Patreon, see how that goes. It's both for my art and writing, so it's not strictly pagan related, but I try to divide evenly between art and writing, and I put some rewards up there. So if you subscribe a certain amount every month, you can get like a free short story from me or something, or like a poem. And that can be pagan related, or some artwork. It can be pagan related. So yeah, I'll leave a description. I'll leave a link of that in just the description. So please check out my Patreon, and one of my poems is up there. So yeah, I'm excited that I submitted those. I may have a few more things to submit before the end of December, because I think the submission deadline is January 1st. But it depends if I like it or not. Sometimes I'm harsh on myself. I did write a story of Turan and Tunis, the Etruscan goddess Turan and her lover, her consort. But I don't think that really fits the criteria, even though it's kind of related to her aspect as a goddess of vegetation. She's considered to be the Etruscan goddess of love and beauty, similar to Venus and Aphrodite. But she's also connected to gardens and I think vegetation. like, you know, growing, I won't say growing crops, but kind of, you know, gardens and that stuff. So I wrote a little story of her in a tunis, but I don't think that really fits, so I didn't send it in, but I will have to do something with that. Might want to make like a collection of love poems, but it won't just be religious stuff. I mean, it'll be a lot of me cursing Venus. No, I'm kidding, I love Venus. But yeah. Oh, and speaking of Venus and Chiron, they're both on my love altar, and my love altar is like starting to get crowded. This is gonna be messy. Okay, I had trouble flipping the camera, but this is technically my love altar. Well, it's on my desk, right? So I have like my books and stuff over here and my computer, but I didn't have anywhere else to put this yet, so I put my love altar here, and it has grown. It used to be just on top, right? I posted pictures before. This little rose is new. I made that out of clay, and it holds incense, but I haven't been able to use it yet. I can't really burn things up here in this small space with this tree. It's a pretty pink Christmas tree with a little dove. So, but yeah. So that's a new item. I have my Cupid statue, which I love, and a little sea-scented candle, all for Venus and Chiron and Cupid. And then it kind of grew, because this is also a candle that I've burned for Venus. It's a pretty pink cherry blossom. This little cat figure, it's not new, but I haven't had it on my altar before. But I think she's pretty. And then this is a little statue I started working on of Venus. It's supposed to be Venus. I'm trying to improve my clay work when it comes to doing figures. So I made this little bust as practice. So, I mean, it's something. It's creative. It's made by me, and that's what makes it kind of magical in a way. But this is kind of messy, but I wanted to show it off since I mentioned my love altar. It's growing. It's getting bigger. I need to move it. And I need to like light the candles and all that. So yeah, that's what I've been up to when it comes to like pagan work. I submitted some poetry for a devotional for the Nymphs, for the nature spirits, and I might have a few more things to submit. But if you want to read one of the poems, and I may post the other two, might as well, right? Then you can follow me on Patreon and see that. Exclusive content only for Patreon supporters. Thank you. $1 or more. But yeah, so I've just been like writing a lot when it comes to pagan devotionals work. I have like 2 books I'm working on. One is just work dedicated to Ceres, and one I honestly don't know if I'm gonna write it or not. But if you follow me on Tumblr or Twitter or Instagram, you probably learn I've become obsessed with the Elamite pantheon. I hope I pronounced that right. Ancient Elam, the ancient city of Susa, located in modern-day Iran. I started researching Mesopotamian paganism, polytheism, just so I can kind of compare and contrast it with Wathan Arabian polytheism, because there's some overlap. But then I got stuck looking at ancient Elam and those gods, so I wrote a post, and I have a couple more in the drafts to finish and then post on my blog, which you can read at flowersforgods.com. And then I thought, there's not a lot of books out there. Maybe I should make like a short one, put it up on Amazon. So I started working on that, but I don't know if I'm going to go farther with that or not. Because then, oh God, am I going to start worshiping these gods? I literally just officially gave in, and I'm adding the Minoan gods to my altar. So I can't ignore that anymore. And I just started reading that book by Laura Perry, and I'm having so many feelings. This is my life. Does anyone else like experience this? You start getting spiritual and you welcome the gods, and all of a sudden you get so many gods in there. And I guess because I enjoy doing a lot of academic research just for fun, you know, why not? I'm weird. But I guess because I enjoy that, maybe these lesser known gods and pantheons are like, hi, can you write a post about us? And like, I'm more than happy to do that because I love research, but it doesn't mean I'm going to worship all these gods. So now I'm having this personal struggle. How many gods is too many? Is there a limit? Do I just give it and go wild? Never mind, I want to start connecting with Demeter a little more since she's like considered the counterpart to Ceres. Although I don't think that's very accurate, but well, because I don't like it when people say the Roman gods are just the Greek gods, because that's not really true. If you take the view that all gods are like one god or something, then yeah, but historically there's a lot of key differences with few exceptions. I'm just ranting now. This is supposed to be about my beautiful poetry and how it's up on my Patreon. Please go check it out. Please consider supporting me on Patreon for more exclusive content. There's a lot going on in my religious life right now, and I should be making videos about it, but then I'm just going to ramble on, and I don't know who wants to listen to that. I'm kind of dressed down right now, too, because it's nighttime, but I haven't taken my makeup off, so whatever. Anyways, I have an exclusive poem on Patreon, which I've said like 5 times now. Please go check it out. Fingers crossed that my work gets accepted in the devotional. It'll be awesome. And I'm working on my own devotional for Ceres, my favorite goddess, one whom I am devoted to above all others. And I may be working on other books, maybe some stuff about the Minoans, maybe more stuff about other Roman deities, some other devotionals, maybe a collection of love poetry, which is not just religious, but you know, it's going to have some poems to Venus in there. And I may be working on something about the Elamite pantheon. So I will definitely be updating YouTube and all my social media accounts as I work on these projects. But for now, yeah, I have a lot of things planned. I'm always scared to talk about plans when I don't have something to show for it. I do have more poetry and devotional work to Ceres, but I don't know if it's polished enough to show yet. That's going to happen, though. The Ceres devotional is happening. She's my goddess, the one I love. I will die for her. So, anyways, that's where I'm at. It's exciting, though, writing poetry. I love it. Yeah, so please check out my Patreon. Please check out my poems. I'm going to be posting exclusive content on Patreon, including more poetry and some original work as well. That's a whole nother blog about all my original projects. NaNoWriMo just finished, and I technically failed, but I got a lot accomplished, too. Yeah, I'm gonna be updating my Patreon. Please check it out. I will try to post things to my social media on my blog as well, so it's not all exclusively Patreon, but a lot of it's going to be, because I'm going to try this thing out. I'm going to see if I can make Patreon work for me. I'm not aiming for it to be like my source of main income, because I don't think that's realistic for me. I don't think it's realistic for most people, but, you know, I think if I approach it as something where I can connect with the community more, connect with people that follow me, and also be able to give out, you know, some unique work. Like, you want a short story? Like, alright, let me know what you want me to write. You want some poetry for your god? Your goddess? Yeah, I'm down for that. So, it'll be a source of inspiration and also community. And, yeah, I'm going to check that out and see how it works for me for the next year, 2019. We're in the year 2019. And that's what I'm going with. And this channel, too, I have to figure out the focus for this. I have a couple of video series planned out. And I don't know if I want to talk about, like, witchcraft and stuff, like magic and tarot and chakras and all that fun woohoo stuff. I don't know how deep I want to get into that, but this is definitely a religious channel, so I have some series planned, some videos planned for this channel. I have some more book reviews to do, and if you like book reviews, I read a lot, so recommend me some books. Yeah, thank you for watching this video. I'm going to end it here because I'm rambling. Check out my Patreon, check out my poetry, and fingers crossed that my work gets selected for the devotional.